Hi, happy day. It's Madison with Restorative. I hope you are having a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Today I want to talk about oneness and oneness. And that's two words. Well, one word, two meanings for that. The first way that I'm thinking about is oneness, like as in we are like one in our collective energy, and the way that we really are so interconnected with each other. And one thing I think is really fun, like when you watch or you have like maybe even yourself, like some people talk about different like spiritual journeys or awakenings or just certain, you know, things that are trips, what have you, but just whatever. I recently watched a really cool documentary. This gentleman is called Reconnect. He owns like the London Reel, something like that. Anyways, and it was so interesting to me because I always see this when people make time and they go to these retreats or they go to these places, you know, when you're in that atmosphere, you can really embody like all that you're trying to connect with, like with yourself, with the universe, all that, right? And I just found it interesting because I see it so much as that he was like, well, you know, when I was there, when I was immersed in it, I felt it, you know, and then I got home and it was like trying to incorporate all that back into his life. And it just seems like, you know, when you're in the space, that's, you're doing that, and that's like, it's all working out. But when you leave that space, how do you connect, right? That grounding, right? The oneness to what you're trying to. And I like that his honesty with that, because it is so hard to find that balance, right? Like, how can you be you and maintain your core character and everything when you're not, I don't mean your core character, but your being, when you're not in the right circumstance. So we have to kind of have that. And then, and I brought that up, I was thinking because of the ayahuasca. And then in another documentary, and this one I've seen a lot too, as far as like the way people feel like when they go on these journeys with the mind or spirit or what have you. Everybody says that they feel like this beautiful sense of oneness. And that is so true. You know, there's, if we break it down, like we're all just like mere slivers of fractions of a mirror image of everything to experience everything. And so with that, I can totally identify so many people's energy around, you know, me, because I feel like that basic chord of connection with them, despite whatever they're growing through or what I am, because that human oneness is so relevant and undeniable, honestly. And you can even take it far back, you know, folks have said, oh, you seem like an old soul. My body feels like an old soul. But no, but I feel it too, like that inner being, right? Like, but if you even look at it that way, like many lives or how we grow and things like that, that's just even more of the connection and the oneness. So I wanted to talk about that, just to bring that meaning of oneness, because I want to put it like, okay, so if I had a chalkboard right here, I'd have a oneness meaning the whole and the collective over here, and that would be all of us together. And you could tell too just how we are so connected and how our energy, you know, if I'm having a bad day or a good day and I go out in the world, somebody's gonna benefit or suffer from that just the same, right? Or if I see somebody struggling and having a bad day, it affects me too. Like, we're so I always, you know, even if somebody, I always feel bad, you know, because people are like, negative energy, cut them off, they're toxic, cut them off. Well, where are all these turd birds going? I feel bad. It's like, what are you just sitting around like, oh man, I'm turd bird, so nobody wants to be around my energy. Stop. But also love people and check on them, and you know, I mean, obviously if they're hurting your feelings and being mean, I saw something like, if somebody makes you cry every day, like, they're not really like your friend, or they don't really love you that way, don't let yourself be abused. But also remember that all of our energy matters. So even the purse, they've said, right, like, you're only as good as the person doing the worst at the job or something like that. Like, I forget how that goes, but my point on that is, like, we as a collective and our oneness, like, our energy is on that curve, right? Like, the person having the worst time needs love just as much. Like, we have to give that to each other and stop maybe cutting out everybody all the time because they're like, what are they, on a lonely island? I don't know. You don't have to engage and you don't have to be abused, but you don't have to cut everybody off because you might have had them in a moment or their energy. Anyways, my point on the oneness with that is our energy is all together. We are one energy in this collective doing a bazillion different things, but it all comes back to that oneness. Like, for instance, say we were like, we couldn't hide behind labels or personas or anything, and we were just there. Like, you could see how that would just strip us all and put us on this playing field where our energy, efforts, love, intentions, and all that would be what elevated. So work with that, I guess. So whenever you see somebody or you're feeling that energy, you're having a great day, you're having a great energy day, be sure to share that. If you're having a tough time, be sure to allow to get the elevation. You could, gosh, figure out what helps raise your vibration. It could be a number of things. And if you just need to be curious, watch stuff, read stuff, talk to somebody, whatever you need to do that elevates that oneness for you and for all of us, right? Collective oneness. Now, let's talk about another oneness. This oneness, I mean your oneness. The oneness of you, like what your one being is. And I love that so much because we are all in this collective. Our energy is all oneness. But what's your one? And I just think how relevant to, like, on today is Martin Luther King Day. His energy, himself, his oneness, him, one, his oneness also was this huge mass collective energy spokesperson for the oneness. He's not alone. There's so many people that seem like one person, but they're one in the collective. So what's your one energy? It's your oneness. It's okay if you feel like your oneness isn't, I have a dream. Your oneness could be that you happen to smile at somebody the other day and holy crap, that made a big difference. Or you hug them, or just, gosh, anything. You don't make the rules what your oneness is. You can have boundaries, but you don't have to make it this whole grandioso thing to be something. You know, unbecoming is something too. Like, we're all so special, and I have to say, again, with the oneness, and this is so funny, and not a disrespectful thing, but it's like our oneness, you know, we can go, Jesus, I love you, brah. But the thing is, yes, he is super special. Not saying he's not. often wonder if he was so special because he was telling us that we're so special like that. And so it's like it comes back to do the work, do all that, because we have all that inside us. We are the oneness. There it is. We are the oneness and our own oneness. That's so beautiful. There are so many ones out there that have created something beyond belief. Lasting impressions. Bob Marley, for instance. I don't know the guy, but I have benefited from his one love almost my whole life. So, in your oneness is just so special. We are all so special. We all have so much to offer. Now, just in closing that, be careful about what you are like, this is what I'm offering. This is my la la la. Make sure it's like from here, it helps out there, like a win-win-win. It's good for you, good for me, good for everybody. That's humanity. I like a win-win-win. So anyways, be careful about that. I'll just say this, and I'm not dissing because I've used them too, but my point is like the person that came up with the coffees that use little cups, I remember later on hearing that they felt bad for inventing something that caused so much trash. So we all have the power to do anything, and that's wonderful. We're special. We collectively can elevate and grow and shift and work towards wonderful, beautiful things together. Let's create something that doesn't make too much garbage. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you again soon.